In our journey of stalwarts of transformation, today we have somebody who has transformed the industry and who's been a leader who has led from the front, a fourth generation officer and who served in the forces and who's currently also serving in the territorial army, an entrepreneur by himself, all by himself, by the way, and also somebody who's looking forward to make it big in the stock exchange also. So today we have with us Lieutenant Colonel Randeep Hundal. Welcome to the show, Randeep.
Thank you so much, sir. Uh, First of all, sir, my gratitude for considering me for this prestigious show. Being a stalwart is a very, very big thing for me. I am a fourth generation army officer and the first one in business. So, being considered is a very big thing for me, sir. Thank you.
Randeep, your journey has been phenomenal actually. Being a fourth generation officer, obviously you would, all focus would be on you to join the forces. And I know you joined the forces, but unfortunately you couldn't continue because of some problem. So, IMA, OTA, could you just give us a small brief on your journey starting from your DAV college? Because I know that you were from the same college where Captain Batra was there.
Sir.
And it's a prestigious college. So, if you could tell me something about that.
So the DAV college was during the formative years, and being in DAV college, we have so many martyrs. From DAV college, we have a martyrs corner there now, and of course, Captain Batra happened to be from my college, and also coming from army background, sir. Being a fourth generation, this olives was always in my blood, sir. Initially, I never thought of doing anything else but the forces. Born and brought up in the same environment. But then, I joined IMA. So what had happened was that I met with an accident, and I was boarded out from IMA. And while I was being boarded out, the presiding officer told me that, Hundal, you cannot do the military training because there was a nail which was pierced in my ankle. And that point in time, it so happened was that the SSB used to be valid for 1 year. And when I got boarded out, within 2 months, I got a call from OTA. And I went back to Chandigarh and I got my nail removed. And while this doctor was removing the nail from my ankle, he told me that, son, if you get this done, you will be limping throughout your life. And I was so motivated to join forces, and that zeal of doing something for the country was so much there that without even telling my mother, I just got it operated. I then went and reported to OTA. Somehow, I was able to get through the medical, and then I joined OTA. So my platoon commander, God bless his soul, he was Captain Acharya. Sir died in Surankot while fighting the terrorists. He took 14 bullets in his chest, and I was very lucky to have him as my platoon commander. He trained us, in such a way that that training even helps me out today in business. That attitude which was imbibed by the academy, by him per se. And so when the training started, obviously the injury was so new that I could not even run. I couldn't even walk properly.
So you must be remembered of the saying where the doctor said that you limp all throughout.
Yeah, but then I was like, totally motivated. I was like, I will give this a try. Even if whatever happens. And then obviously the training in OTA is very hard, sir. Because the duration is less, so we have to complete the course in that point in 10 months. And so the physical part
was joined in March or September.
September. So it so happened that I would not be able to go for drill in time. If I would reach for drill, the march and all I couldn't do because I couldn't thump my heels there, and even a little bit of walking, the entire leg would be totally swollen, and I would come back from the drill. I will not be able to take out my DMS shoes because the swelling was so much that I have to wait for the swelling to go down. I would wait there. I would miss my breakfast. I would not be able to get to class on time. games again, same thing happened. So when it repeatedly happened for 10, 15 days, so I was my DS drill ustad and all. They reported to my platoon commander, and my platoon commander Acharya sir, he had just come back from his tenure as a instructor in commando. So he was like, for physical part, no nonsense guy. So I still remember he called me to the platoon office, and he was like, Hundal, bloody, you are a weakling. You are the weakest link of my platoon. And when he said all these things to me, I couldn't. Though my initial intention was to hide my injury.
Yeah.
But then, I had no option. But then I told him, I said, sir, the honest confession is that this is what has happened. I've been voted out from IMA and joined OT, and this is my dream. I want to do that. So then he mellowed down. He was like, son, you will not be able to do this training. So I said, sir, क्या होगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, पैर टूट जाएगा, पैर टूट गया तो आपको बोर्ड आउट करना ही पड़ेगा. मैं कहा, सर प्लीज गिव मी टाइम टिल I break my leg.
So he bought time. You bought the time.
I bought the time, and he got so sentimental, and he almost hugged me, and he said, okay, Hundal, he said, go, I'll give you that time. And as I don't know from where I got the strength. The injury also healed in 1 month, where the doctors were saying that it is going to take 1 year. And then I passed all my tests in excellent. We were only few of us who in the first and the second term passed their tests in excellent. I also became an appointment, and I passed out in the first a lot of out of merit, sir. So, and got commissioned in 3 Jack Light. So
after after that, I think you spent some time in the unit, and then you decided to leave. Is it so, or you had something else in mind?
No, I never initially thought of leaving the forces, sir. And in fact, with 3 Jack Light, the kind of exposure I got with the unit. In fact, my mostly tenure was in northeast in Manipur, and then also Oprakram happened. And even in Manipur, the kind of operations that we did is also, we raided one of the biggest training camps of NSC and IM. And this is also a case study in CIJW school, Warante.
Okay.
So having said that, then we got posted to Hyderabad, sir, around 2003 mid sometime. So that was the time when we were doing the peace tenure. Probably, I needed action all the time. I had been very aggressive by nature, and when it was the peace time, and we had a lot of time, and we were just doing sedentary duties. That was the time. Then the idea the flash would come. That what is the other ways that I can contribute in the growth of the country, and then this thought also came that I want to create something very big, which should remain there and keep contributing even when I am not there. So I started thinking about it, and then I made up my mind that I should quit and do something on my own. I didn't have any plan per se, but yes, again, similar what zeal that I had to join the army, the same zeal I had. In fact, during my boarding out interview with the commander, so sir told me, he said, Hundal, there's nothing outside, much. You are living a luxurious life and all that. And I made up my mind then, sir. So that is how. So I came out with what? I had 60,000 rupees as a gratuity.
As you asked me when I left, there was hardly anything I had. In fact, I had a little money in my DSOP, because per force our 2IC used to tell us that you must deposit something in your DSOP. So 500 rupees katta tha us time. So aap ye imagine kar ke bhi at the end when I was leaving, I had about 25 or 30,000 rupees. And the officiating CEO at that point of time, when I got the money, he circulated. He said, "You are a rich man." I still have that letter with me. I mean, your journey has been phenomenal. From the forces, and then you decided to leave the army because you wanted to have something more, or give back to the society. I should say something which I guess that our conversation has landed us. You also did a course in MDI.
Yes, sir.
And you were probably one of the senior most officials or the personnel in that particular organization. So that's also a journey which I think you'd like to throw
Yes, sir.
some light on.
So, sir, I joined this, DGR resettlement course in MDI Gurgaon, and this was the second course which the DGR was running. So, it was a very new concept of
True.
running these resettlement course with all the premium institutes. The first one was run at IIMS Lucknow. So that wasn't very successful because the idea was to give a platform to the armed forces officers so that they can be
Resettle.
and no, they should open up in the corporate.
Yeah.
Corporate should be absorbing these officers. And I still remember that we had a talk by the DGR. Then was General Harvant Kishan. I still remember him, and he told us that this is what the attempt
Concept,
that we are trying to do, and also with the short service officers coming out at that point in time, not getting
Yes,
permanent commission. So it was a very good idea, which obviously stuck with me, and so the classes started. This was a 6 months executive program, and but very early, within 15, 20, 25 days, I realized that like we are all dedicated soldiers. Now if the task is given that you have to do this course in 6 months, everybody was all dedicatedly doing classes and all.
That's what the forces teach you.
Yes.
Dedication, discipline.
Absolutely, sir.
So-
So then, one day I just walked up to everyone and I was like, all right, that this is what we are doing. We're going to pass. There's no two ways about it. But then what about the ultimate,
What next?
aim that
Yeah.
it is the job.
Yeah.
I said, where are the jobs? Who is going to give us jobs? So because by then, I had already gone and met the placement cell of MDI. And they very categorically told me that no, we are not with this program. We are just doing a regular program. Then not this resettlement course that doesn't come in our preview. So I tried to convince the course that we need to do something about ourselves. Nobody's going to help us here. So somehow these words didn't resonate much with the course, and the people were like working very hard. People were going to libraries,
But the focus was not.
focus was not there, only on study. So I must mention the name here, sir. So there was this gentleman who had come, from US, and he was a professor in MDI. His name was Professor Nagananda Kumar. So I was totally lost. I was like, no one is with me. I didn't know what to do. And my now business partner, Uday, he was at that point with ESPN Star Sports. So I spoke with him. I said, now what to do? He also gave me a few ideas that you have to approach the industry unless until there is interaction with the industry. Nobody would know that this is any course which is going on.
True.
So then somehow I met Naga sir. Then Nagananda Kumar became the course director for the resettlement course in the subsequent two courses, and so sir then started guiding me. He was also with the advertising field earlier, and he had such a goodwill in the industry that he called all the senior people of the industry who were leading the agencies then, and from there this entire concept which you see in the resettlement course where we make our brochures, we put across the resumes and all that.
Yeah.
So we were the first ones who did it, and that also from the office of Naga sir. And so once the brochure were made, then I would
floated.
take it to the industry, give it to them. I still remember one of these companies I would not like to name, but I happened to meet an army officer only sitting there. And he was like, yeah, Randeep, what is the general CTC that you are looking at? So we were trying to reach one, mark in the industry, which was looking like around 6 lakhs at that point in time. Nobody was willing to pay us more than 15, 20,000, sir. But somehow, just to cut the story short, we were able to manage. By the time we ended the course, every person had 2 jobs each, sir. And on an average, we had 6 lakhs of salary. I was the last one to pick up the job. And it was a very satisfying, those 6 months, getting that feeling that I was, able to help at least 60 officers. Then
That was the core strength.
that was the core strength, sir. And then I joined this startup company, sir. I also got a package of 6 lakhs, but I took a assignment in sales and marketing.
A very different line actually,
Right.
generally because focuses on admin, security, max to max HR
Yes, sir.
at that point of time.
Exactly.
At that point of time.
That is what
Now
we
it
were
has changed.
even looked at. That
Yeah.
army officers are only good for security, admin, and HR.
Hmm.
So I also wanted to break that thought. So and being from infantry, I always wanted to be at the front lines.
Hmm.
And I saw sales as a front line, which today also I feel that sales is always the front line of the business. And so I joined this investment firm, sir. So the CTC they made, though it was 6 lakhs, but they had also to motivate me. They had also put some incentive plan to the tune of, I think now if I remember correctly, 20% of the annual sale target if I would have achieved.
Yeah.
So the mindset was that nobody will be able to achieve that.
So
So
that
it's all right, to put.
it's like a carrot.
It's like a carrot. You can run after it. And I achieved my annual target, sir, in 2 months. I ended up making good money.
Hmm.
And this transition happening from, within, say, 10 months of my quitting army
Yeah.
and getting into corporate. So I then bought my first car, sir, and had some comfortable life. And then suddenly Naga sir, he came after me. He was like, so my this stint also, that 1 year, so this was covered by a lot of newspapers, national channels. And then sir came after me. He said, no, you should become an entrepreneur. And I was like, sir, I'm having a ball of a time. Like, sir, isse pehle my salary was 8,000. Now I am earning, good money. I could buy a car. I could afford clubs.
Yeah.
I've achieved my annual target. Nobody questions me now.
Yeah.
So he was like, he put that thing in my mind. He said, no, think about it. You should become an entrepreneur. And for me, it was like, again, a thought, which was parked in my head, and I processed it. And then I thought that my original idea of contributing, would only come from being an entrepreneur. And that is how I started contemplating this idea, sir.
No, I remember. I mean, you, though you were, transitioned from forces to a job, but the spirit of giving back to the country, to help people, that's how probably Innovision took a birth.
Sir.
Right?
Sir.
And I remember in our previous conversation, you started with 2 guards, and you yourself at one point of time decided to wear the uniform because the people were not there.
Sir.
So I mean, that's a very inspirational story. Actually, you haven't really gone out of the
Sir.
uniform.
Sir.
Because after that, I think probably you decided. I'll come to the innovation story slightly later, because your stint, your current stint with the Territorial Army is a phenomenal journey. I mean, I have been interacting with you, so I know, and you are also a commendation card holder from the GOC Northern Command. I mean, tell us something about your present stint with the TA.
Sir. So, sir, in 2011, when Innovision was fairly established, so that point in time, obviously, couldn't stay away from Wallace for long. And again, then Territorial Army, that concept, even officers didn't know much about. While I was also serving, I didn't know much about Territorial Army. So I tried to find out, because there was a natural pull towards the army. So in 2007, sir, ultimately I got commissioned. So I got commissioned with 124 Infantry Battalion, TS6. So we are headquartered at India Gate, sir. That's a permanent location, but then we keep getting deployed in field after every 2 years. And it has been a very, very satisfying journey, sir. First thing was getting to wear that uniform back again was
a pride,
a very big pride, sir. And the concept also which I got, so there are two concepts in territorial army. One is called a provincial concept and one is the urban concept. Now, urban concept is no more prevalent these days because of the commitment of territorial army. But I was lucky enough to get the urban concept. So in urban concept, sir, we have a flexibility of serving 15 days in a year, which is a annual mandatory service.
Okay.
Okay. Overall, we can serve whatever time that you want to. So whatever time that you can spare, but mandatory you have to serve. In provincial, you have to do 2 months in a year. So I got into the urban concept, but over and all, whenever the organization has been, requiring me, I've been volunteering. So there is something called Rule 33 also in territorial army. I have been embodied under Rule 33. So with the in Delhi, not the last year, but before that, for past 2-3 years, I've been the OIC Rangshala. So Rangshala is a
I was going to come to that because I know that you've been actively involved in this Rangshala for at least about 3 or 4 years. I think not many people know what exactly is Rangshala. So if you could just tell us something about Rangshala.
So, sir, Rangshala is a camp which is established 3 months before the Republic Day parade, and this is a very high security zone. So all these state tableaus that you see during the March past, during the Republic Day, these are all fabricated at this camp. Now, since they have to pass through that all VVIP sector
routes,
the routes, so this security where they are built is a 3-tier security, sir. So there is the security by Delhi Police, there is a security by there's a Prime Minister security, then there is a BSF, CRPF security, and then there is a TA security.
Okay.
So I have been the overall in charge for Rangshala, sir.
Okay.
And it's been again a very satisfying tenure to contribute, for the Republic Day.
You have been actively involved in operations also because you were on the Western Front, in fact, in JNK. And you have faced action. That's why probably, a lot of people can relate it to forces. People would relate it with you. So you tell us something about it, where you faced the action right in front of you.
So, sir, this was during the China aggression, when there was a lot of, action happening in Doklam sector. So that was the time when Pakistan had opened up the Surankote sector as well. So I was inducted in Punch, sir. So I was guarding. So I was that point in time. This was also during the COVID time. So I was embodied for almost a year and a half with the army, sir. And this commendation happened when I was at Punch, sir. I was guarding the ammunition point, which was a very, very critical, point for the Northern Command, because the entire Northern Command ammunition dump was, with me there. And being the company commander of the territorial company, which was guarding it. So there was this 14-15 terrorists had infiltrated in Surankote sector. A lot of news also happened. We suffered a lot of casualties also at that point in time. Sikh regiment, the RR Sikh also, they suffered casualties. So this was during one of the nights that these 5 Sikh terrorists who escaped the ambush and the encounter, they started moving towards my ammunition point. And so I received a call from my brigade commander. So they were spotted through the satellite, to the
moving
towards my location, and made a lot of sense for them if they could, inflict damage
to the ammunition.
To the ammunition. So then we went on a stand to, sir. So we were almost eye to eye with them. And this stand to happened for almost 12 hours during the night. And but the drills that we had already practiced, the way we were, they were not able to infiltrate from any of my points. I was running from pillar to post, motivating my boys. We had young recruits also, and I had few officers also with me, ordnance officers. But being the in charge of this, we were able to push them back, sir. And so probably that was recognized by the Southern Army commander. And I
It's a very inspiring story, actually, and many people who are watching this podcast today, can understand, especially those who have been with the forces. They would relate with what Colonel Hundal is telling us. Now, since you've already been in the territorial army and you've also entrepreneur by yourself. So I'll come to the innovation factor
Sure.
as to how you started it, when you started it, and today what exactly is the position.
Sir. So, sir, this was in 2007 when I incorporated Innovation Limited. So, the pure thought behind getting into security domain was, by then Pasara Act has also come in
Yeah,
2005.
yeah.
And I could see that with the coming years, the industry will get consolidated. That one time there were all mostly unorganized
Yeah, fly by night operator.
fly by night operators. The standard of security was very low.
In fact, it was more of staffing.
It was more of staffing.
More of
You
staffing.
could get anyone. It was basically, I would not say security guard. It was normal. Even a rickshaw wala you would bring
Put
and
him
you would
uniform
put him,
and just make him.
he's just sitting there. So with this act and all coming in, I could foresee that there is a lot of going to
Future.
be future and opportunity in this sector. And with this thought, when we started Innovision, we started this as a purely as a guarding company. And as it would always happen that when I had already decided to quit my this current organization, so Honda was my client with when I was
Okay.
working with this investment firm. And then he offered me a job. He's been after me. So then he, called me over to his office, and he told me, he said, Randeep, I'm offering you a head sales and marketing job in my organization in Honda. So I was like, so I have already thought of becoming an entrepreneur. So he said, you haven't even heard me. Manikani, sir, with all due respect, I have heard you. No, he said, have you heard me what package I am offering you? So I said, no. So he said, at least hear that. So this was in 2006 end, sir. So he said, I am offering you a 30 lakh package. For me, it was kind of unthinkable, sir, that within a span of 1 year, that we were struggling to get 6 lakhs and then getting to
30 lakhs.
So 30 lakh was a dream anybody would think of. And but then I respectfully denied.
Declined.
And then he said, what can I do for you? I said, sir, you give me any security contract. So he started laughing. He said, this is what you want, what I'm offering you, and what are you asking me? I said, yes, sir. So, sir, he gave me his first showroom in Connaught Place. There's a Honda car showroom, sir. And a deployment of 2 guards. I came back very happy, and I was like, 2 guard to मैं कभी भी लगा दूंगा. So I had one first, my area officer से I recruited. तो उसको मैंने बोला 2 guard लगा दे, तो वो जाके 2 guard लगा देता था. So every time we would put a guard, the guard would run away. And then I went on ground. I started looking for people. So me and this boy said, it so happened they could not place every guard. We approached every guard around that area, and next time when we would go, they would from distance only they would look at me and they would start laughing. कि वो फिर आ रहा है लेने. So then we went to we used to go to railway station. वहाँ से जो बंदे आते थे, we used to pick them up. We tried every damn thing. We went to Bangla Sahib Gurdwara also.
Okay.
Because there were a lot of people who would go for langar.
Yeah.
We would try to pick. So I did everything which I could, and that was when this reality of entrepreneurship struck me. A lot of people told me, this is what you wanted. You were getting this job, and now look at you, running pillar to post, picking up guards and all, trying to make them guards. So this was during one of the days, I placed the guard and came back home. I was sitting with Uday, we were having a drink, and suddenly I got a call from the same showroom that this guard has also run away. I got so frustrated. I was like, bloody hell. So then I wore a guard
Uniform.
uniform, and I then stood there as a guard for almost 2 to 3 days. And the client was very happy, and so that is how the journey of Innovision started, sir. So from two guards, now we have more than 55 offices across India, sir. So much so that even Mukesh Ambani's personal security is guarded by Innovision. And now we have all the corporates.
ये तो एक बहुत बड़ा कदम आपने ले लिया था कि 2 गार्ड से 55 ऑफिस अगर आपके हैं पूरे हिंदुस्तान में, बट आपकी विजन मेरे ख्याल में यहाँ पे नहीं खत्म हुई, क्योंकि गार्डिंग तो एक चीज थी,
सर,
अब दूसरी चीज जो है आपको मेरे ख्याल में जो आपने इंटीग्रेट किया वो टेक्नोलॉजी थी।
सर,
तो टेक्नोलॉजी में भी आपने बहुत कुछ किया हुआ है, आप थोड़ा सा हमें बताएंगे कि भी आपने टेक्नोलॉजी में क्या कुछ किया?
So there is a subsidiary of Innovision, sir, by the name the Aerodrone Robotics. So again, everybody knows that the drone is going to be the future.
True.
Not just security, every industry would be requiring drones. So with this, mindset, we created this subsidiary, and so we are a remote pilot training organization authorized by DGCA, sir, wherein we are authorized to train the candidates and issue them pilot license. Now, with the Drone Act coming in 2021, now you cannot fly a drone unless until you have a license. It's similar like a commercial pilot,
True. True.
So, seeing that opportunity and then training and a future of our own industry, which is security and other industries. So, then we started the training part, and then so happened that Ops Sindoor happened, and with my current serving status and, your reputation as an entrepreneur. So I started, getting a lot of calls from the units to at least help them to get drones. So then this idea struck that, we should also get into manufacturing and assembly of drones. So we have just created a facility. I've got orders from the army and getting a lot of orders. So we are supplying drones also to the armed forces. Sir.
In fact, I would like to mention here that being a member of CAPSI and you are also a part of, in fact, Innovision, and you are part of 2 task forces.
Sir.
One is the Territorial Army, which you are part of, and you're working on that. The other one is the drones, which Captain Dogra is a part of it.
Yes.
So, what would you like to say on these things of how you can help CAPSI in taking it further? Of course, the Prime Minister's vision is that we should have about 1 lakh, but I think the task force has kept a target of 2 lakh drone pilots to be issued licenses.
Sir. So see, this concept is still very new. Though with this Op Sindoor happening now people have become aware that we are really behind our contemporaries. And this I have been advocating this with the forces. 2 years back I was like running pillar to post, telling them this. But anyway, now that we are there, I feel that there is lots and lots of potential, not just in the security domain, I think in every other domain we require. Now you look at the agricultural domain, sir. Now there are already, schemes which has been passed by the government. There are a lot of subsidies which have been given.
Yes.
So anything that you do, you require pilots.
Yeah. That's there. So there are a lot of security installations also, the bigger, larger ones, like oil and gas.
Yes, right? Absolutely.
Refineries, mines. So I think there is a huge potential at that. Now,
sir, this logistics you look at,
logistics,
the last mile deliveries, if you look at,
I mean, it's changing the whole landscape.
It's going to change, sir.
The landscape is totally
the demand
changing.
is going to be huge, sir. And this initiative by CAPSI is very futuristic. I feel. I think we have moved at the right time, and skilling people and making them pilot also gives them the opportunity to get a decent jobs.
Absolutely, because that's what we were discussing that day with the task force, that upskilling is what you're doing is you're upskilling a particular person, right? So he is getting X, he's going to get X plus, whatever it is, wherever he's bracketed in.
Absolutely.
The other thing is that people, some of these people have the entrepreneurial skill.
Yes.
So maintenance, then how do you maintain a drone, and how do you do all those things? So that will also help him.
Yeah.
So he can open up his own
Yeah.
maintenance.
You look at the scheme of drone Didis.
Yeah.
These are all entrepreneurs.
So
We are training them, and then they are going and doing this, occupational training and jobs for the agriculture sector.
Absolutely. The other thing, what I'd like to ask you is that you have, I mean, in your entire journey, आपको काफी सारे awards मिले हैं. तो कुछ रोशनी उस पे भी डालिए आपके भी, कौन कौन से अवार्ड कब मिले और किस चीज के मिले हैं आपको.
So first of all, I cannot forget my first award, which was Young Entrepreneur of the Year award, and this was given by CAPSI. And when I received a call from Kumar sir, and sorry, a WhatsApp message from Kumar sir, that congratulations, you have been shortlisted. I couldn't sleep that night, because I always wanted to, be recognized, get there, and especially coming from CAPSI, so that was very big, sir. So from there, the journey started, sir, and within CAPSI, CAPSI has been always been from time to time recognizing my efforts for the industry. So from Young Entrepreneur, I also got the Entrepreneur of the Year award. Last year, we got the Best Guiding Company of the Year awards. In between, during COVID time, the Badge of Honor was also given. We have been by CAPSI, we have also been given the Best Training Company of the Year, sir. So this was about CAPSI. So InnoVision journey started, with security and with CAPSI as a guardian, sir, and all thanks to CAPSI. And it's something like, for me, the my formative years with the army. I also say the success of my entrepreneurship came from whatever training that I got from the army. Similar things, sir. My journey started in corporate was
with CAPSI,
sir. So really grateful. And from there, sir, then there are other, I received Champion of Change award from the Chief Minister of Haryana. For our skilling, we have skilled more than 50,000 youth from the Haryana, sir. And then I got a CEO of the Year award, and from Business World, then I got the Best Security Personal. I'm forgetting some on this, and then other awards followed.
No, I know that you also got a few from ASSOCHAM, from micro to medium to large scale.
Yes,
also.
sir. So, sir, in 2013, we started this skills division, and again, this started thankful to CAPSI that time Sector Skill Council was CAPSI was the security sector skill
security triple
SDC, sir, and so we started training security guard. Made a lot of sense for us because we already had a training centers across. We were mobilizing, and then the sponsored program of skilling came. So we saw this as an opportunity, good business opportunity, and we got into skilling. And also, a guard being skilled and certified by NSDC, that's the highest certification you can get.
At that point of time, yes, it was.
Yeah. So from there, then after years, we realized that we can broaden the horizon of skilling, and then we slowly gotten into other sector skill councils. So as of now, sir, I am associated with more than 42 sector skill councils in India, and we have trained, I think, more than 1.5 lakh or 2 lakh people since this training started. And yes, then 2016, I think we were recognized as the best startup, and then subsequent years, best medium scale, best large scale. So that
and now you're expanding your horizons abroad also, I heard.
Yes, sir. We have just opened our office in Dubai, sir. So we have created another subsidiary there, sir.
Right.
So now this idea also came, from Prime Minister's vision of giving employment to. Obviously, this is the biggest problem that we have, and our industry being the one of the largest employment provider in the
True,
country,
true.
more than I think 1 crore employment that we
Absolutely.
have generated. So when PM focused on the other parts of the world, we've been signing MOUs with other countries.
Hmm.
So then this idea came that since we already have this ecosystem, one is the manpower, security, we have that ecosystem, we have offices across India. Then skilling, we are very big in skilling, sir. I have training centers across India. So I realized that when we have this ecosystem, where we have trained, skilled manpower, so why not look for some employment opportunities across the world? So with this thought, then I created a subsidiary, sir, in Dubai, and we have a license from Ministry of Overseas, so we have immigration license,
Okay.
and this subsidiary is creating jobs from Middle East, giving back to us in India. Then we are mobilizing people from our skill centers, and then placing them
abroad.
Yeah.
I mean, besides that, Randeep, you've done a lot of other work also. Like you have a foundation by yourself, and you're running this foundation, I think, since 2001. I think.
21.
So sorry, 21.
Yes.
Yeah. So could you tell us what exactly is the Walk Foundation?
So, sir, we created this foundation in 2021, and the idea purely was to give it back to the society, whatever that we can do. And now our focus is sir, education, women upliftment, ex-servicemen welfare, old age support, health. So these are 4-5 areas where we are focusing. And I'm glad that Woke India has been able to help a lot of sir, people in Delhi. We have been giving sponsorships to the needy children. We have been supporting people in slum areas. We're doing a lot of medical health camps. In the state. So it has been a very satisfying journey with Woke India.
Your journey of entrepreneurship is moving on and on. And recently, I mean, when I was talking to you, I remember, and I gave you a call, and you said I'm in Bombay, and I was wondering what. I thought probably you gone on some official work to Bombay. And I said, "What are you doing in Mumbai?" And then you told me that, "Sir, I am going in for an IPO."
Yes.
So let's hear your story on the IPO.
So, sir, IPO also, this thought was always there. When I started innovation also, so I would fancy being on the main board, because my idea was that being there is when you have finally arrived. So at a very early stage, sir, in 2000, so 2007 we incorporated innovation. 2010, I from a private limited, I made it a limited company, wherein all my chartered accountants and everybody advised me against it. It says no, because it becomes very transparent. All your balance sheets are public, and you are very young to be
go to that stage.
So I was like, I said, be it. I said, no, we will run it in a very professional and transparent manner. And so we made, and in 2013, sir, I started, interacting with the nominated advisors of alternate investment market in London.
Okay.
And I went there, by then I think my turnover was what, 12 or 15 crores, and there also, though people didn't discourage me, but they did probably,
they take you seriously, actually.
They did appreciate my audacity. That, with this, I mean, so one gentleman told me, he said, "Son, it's good. I mean,
thought process is good.
That you have come all the way here and you are doing such hard work meeting us." He said, "But we don't entertain companies which are at least which are less than 100 crores." So I said, all right, but I did try a lot, sir, there for 15-20 days. I went there. So that was always been there. Then I went to Singapore. I, looked at the Singapore market, and then eventually, now last year only, then this was the idea came that why not, try our own board, main board here. So I'm glad, sir, we've been able to reach almost.
So when are you ringing the bell?
Hopefully this year itself, sir.
Before Diwali? Or?
Around Diwali, sir.
Around Diwali.
Yes.
So that would be a great achievement, actually, from starting from 2 guards.
Yes, sir.
It's been a phenomenal journey to ring the bell whenever it happens.
Yeah.
And I hope it happens very soon so that we all can celebrate
Thank you, sir.
and be on that particular note.
Thank you, sir.
So, with this, just a final question I would like to ask you: your role models,
Sir,
uh, who have they been,
sir,
and what inspiration have you drawn from them?
sir. So, undoubtedly, my parents, who are no more. So, father was an army officer, and my parents have played a very, very vital role, sir,
Shaping
in
you.
my shaping me in my upbringing. Obviously, every parent does. But I was a very difficult child, very headstrong.
I can guess from all this conversation. Yes.
So now, I mean, I think, even with so I've got twin sisters. So whenever we say, we talk about this, that, I gave a lot of, agony to my parents. I would, though, it wasn't like that, but uh, bringing up a child like me, it was the kind of patience they had. So having said that, so my father, I think, taught me a lot of, he gave that honesty, the determination, the dedication towards the work, the service to the nation, sir. And my mother was a very, very strong character, sir. I mean, no matter under whatever would happen,
Circumstances.
she would not succumb, to the pressure. So I believe that, this entrepreneurship thing and has come from my mother. She was a very good sportsman. I mean, super sportswoman. She was a national athlete, sir.
Okay.
And that part also, I think
You have imbibed from that.
from mom, sir. I'm with sports. I'm a certified paraglider, sir. I'm a certified deep sea diver, sir. I'm a certified kite surfer, sir. Squash riding. These are the.
No, I remember running the taffy run with you a long time back, and I saw you there also. Uh, over a period of time, your entrepreneurship journey, so what are the leadership styles that you've been able to formulate? There could have been challenges in that also, and how did you modify yourself?
Uh, so one thing that I have learned, in this span of 15, 17 years of my journey as an entrepreneur, is that obviously you have to keep changing your leadership style, sir.
Yeah.
There's no one way of leading
True.
the troops, So initially when we started, sir, I mean, I had to be a very hard task master, and I had to lead from the front. Every deployment that would happen, right from mobilization, from training, uh, even night duty checks, I had to go myself, do it there. So that point in time, it was very. I at times I would also feel that I'm, bit harsh on my staff.
Boy.
And then, sir, over a period of time, uh, now I look, people, I look at their attitude, So obviously, now I have a lot of hierarchy,
True.
in between. Now there are senior, all my vertical heads are armed forces, people. So somehow, I feel comfortable working with them. They understand, my
Commitment. Yeah.
So very, very comfortable working with them. Now interacting with them, motivating them is very different,
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's
They understand better.
they understand better. I mean,
That's
they would even get back to you. I don't even have to remind them that.
But that's something, feedback which generally happens.
Sir.
It happens on a one-on-one that, you always give it.
Yes, sir. So that has been there, sir. And I feel that one thing is always that you still have to lead from the front. No
True.
matter, at what level that you reach. I think at every level, the leadership looks at the top leadership, and you have to be. That is what I've learned.
So, a few quick questions and a one-line answer.
Sir,
What would be your message to the youth today?
sir, be true to yourself. Be dedicated.
That's a very fine answer that you have given. Be true to yourself. So you've got to be honest.
Yes,
you have to have integrity.
Sir.
Success mantra.
hard work.
Great. It was wonderful speaking to Colonel Randeep Hundal, and I guess that there are a lot of takeaway points from this. Of course, I wish Randeep all the very best, and I only hope that he invites me when he rings the bell in Mumbai.
For sure, sir.
Thank you very much for watching us, and we have got some more coming up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.